scale with your peak fitness lower body cars. And with this workout, we're trying to break up our cars and kind of like components of the body. And so your issues in your lower body, then you're not wasting time doing stuff for your upper body in terms of these warm-ups, but we want to try to pare it down to the essentials. So for today, we're just gonna focus on some drills for the lower body that I want you to do as a warm-up at home as I instruct. Okay, for each one or for each exercise that I'm showing, I'm going to give you a couple of different positions or options kind of based upon your comfort level and where you are right now. So for our first one, and this is going to be a big one, this is what we call our hip car. All right, with this one, what I'm going to do, again, starting out, what I really want to think about doing is tensing my body as much as I can. Okay, so my abs are tight, my feet are planted in the ground, my butt is tight, really all of this. I can use a stick or something to balance on, push this into the ground, tense my arm. Basically, we're just trying to get movement out of the joint that we're working. So I'm going to start with my leg here. What I want to do is I'm going to bring my knee as high as I can. I'll back up a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. I'm going to bring my knee to my chest as much as I can without leaning back. All right, from here, I'm just going to bring the leg to the outside. I'm going to open my leg up like this. So kind of the foot is coming up towards the ceiling. I'm going to bring it around. I'm going to come back down. Okay? Then I'm going to draw a circle back around. So my hip goes back into extension, it comes through, and then it comes back down. Now, what you'll find is that what your body's going to want to do as you kind of move is kind of side bend, like you're doing like a side kick or something. We want to stay as straight as we possibly can while keeping our core tight, so we just move from the area that we're trying to work. And if you find that you're here, I'm going to give you a little bit easier position to knock this out. The other thing to kind of make note of with this particular one is that if you feel pinching in any particular place or pain, okay, that's the indication that there's a joint impingement there. So I want you to avoid that area. So let's take this for example. I feel pain right about here. What I could do is just lower down and kind of avoid that area. I can be up until here, lower down, and kind of come through that way, okay? Just, you can kind of work through that area by doing that, but if you do have a joint impingement, that's something to tell me or to go see your chiropractor or your physical therapist over, okay? Now, what I can do as a regression for this is I'm just gonna do this on all fours. So again, taking my hands, I'm pressing into the ground, I'm gonna pull my knee to my chest, open my hip up, come around, come back down, and then do a circle back around. Where I do the same thing. I always think about, if there's like a fire hydrant here and I'm a dog, and I know it's a crude analogy, but I'm just trying to clear that fire hydrant or that hurdle and bring it back over. All right, so that's what we're trying to do. When you start out, you're only going to be able to get as high as maybe this. As you get better and more range of motion, try to force more. All right, so the higher I can get, the more that's telling me that my body can actively use that range of motion, which is exactly what we want. All right, so with this one, I'm looking for 5 circles on each side, meaning 5 this way and 5 this way. That would be 1 rep. Now, for our next exercise, we have a knee car. Okay, and so a knee car, oftentimes our knees get stuck down. Okay, so all a knee car really is I'm just pushing my kneecap up. I'm pushing it, and I'm going to move this a little bit better so you can see me here. Really all I'm doing here, I'm pushing my kneecap up, pushing my kneecap to the side, pushing my kneecap down and back around. So I'm basically trying to draw a circle with my kneecap. Now, this is best done without the foot on the floor, okay? So you can do this sitting down or whatever, but you see that my kneecap can kind of like move in different directions here. And if it can't, in a particular direction, like for example, if it can't move in like this, that means that the stuff on one side is stiff. So you might benefit from some foam rolling there. But we want to make just about 4 big circles clockwise and then 4 big circles counterclockwise. That looks a little weird, but it's going to get the job done. All right, so for our next one, we have what is called a tibial rotation. Okay, so for tibial rotation, I'm just going to grab my leg, okay, like I'm giving my kneecap a headlock here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start with my foot to the outside, all right? I'm just going to lift my foot up as much as I can, turn my foot in, and what I'm trying to do is get rotation from this bone here, okay? This is called the tibia. So your ankle will rotate, but I'm trying to push this in along with it, and I come back down. All right, again, turn it back out, come around. So I'm just trying to circle here, and I come back down. All right, I'm going to do about 5 that way, and I'm going to start with the knee in, come up, come out, come down, come up, come out, come down. Okay, so that would be our next exercise. Now, our next one is ankle circles. All right, so for ankle circles, what I like to do here is just, I like to do this in standing, okay? I'll do it in kneeling so you can see it, but what I want, you're just gonna drive your knee out over your toes as much as you can to where you feel a stretch in the back of the ankle. You're gonna do a circle around, and you're gonna come back through. Okay, so I'm just gonna drive out, circle around, come back